Hello, everybody. I'm Chris White, president of Career Crossroads, and I'm here to share with you this live stream of our final community update for 2021. This will, of course, be recorded and made available to our members and alumni within the CXR library found at cxr.works. This is our fourth community update. If you haven't attended or watched one yet, it's sort of the equivalent of a Career Crossroads State of the Union. We enjoy sharing the updates and progress, and our members seem to appreciate them, so we'll keep delivering. As some of you already know, there's only one thing I like better than dad jokes, and that's a good quote. So I'd like to kick off this overview with a quote we shared in an August Work Out Loud post within our community. It was Coretta Scott King who said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members." This speaks to me, Jerry, and the entire CXR team, as we've seen our community of practitioners and leaders come together for each other, both professionally and personally, more in the last year than ever before. It's also why you'll see more messaging from our team and members that celebrates how much we care about each other and the success of everyone involved in any aspect of CXR. So let's talk about a few things that have happened in just the last few months and some standout items from over the last year. From a company membership standpoint, our community continues to be an incredibly diverse body of about 130 companies, both public and private, and spanning dozens of industries, the largest portion of that being healthcare. That now makes up about 15% of our total TA membership. As a reminder, each company averages hiring 2,000 to 200,000 new employees a year each. And as we move into 2022, I am pleased to report that we continue to be able to celebrate a 99% renewal or retention rate, and have even added 2 new companies to our community in just the last month, while welcoming back 2 others that were forced to take a timeout due to the pandemic budgetary restrictions they were under. Now, as for the community at large, we've changed a few things with regards to access to non-members. Previously, we were allowing anyone to register on the community site with varying levels of membership access. That is no longer the case. Only active members and verified alumni can now register on the site. And as our members know, we have a very strict no sponges allowed policy. That means the people who attend our meetings are expected to contribute, and those who do not are asked not to return or removed from membership. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. We have received some great feedback on that. And so recently we've taken that approach to our online community. Now in early Q4, we sent out a communication to over 5,000 CXR cohorts and free site members, letting them know that if they were only lurking within the community, logging in and reading or downloading the research, but not participating, surfing the membership lists and forums, but not posting, that their accounts would be closed and deleted. And last month, that's exactly what we did. So as of this morning, our online community now consists of 3,300 active CXR cohorts, alumni, and a handful of free site users who are actively participating and interacting with peers and colleagues. Now, as most will remember, we launched a fun engagement system within the platform that awards various activities within the community, both online and in person. That's going really well, and some are reporting that they're starting to use the leaderboards as engagement tools and challenges among their teams and counterparts. We currently track the 10 most engaged and helpful community members for each month, as well as the 50 top community members of all time. And in new tradition, we give a quick shout out to our top cohort members of the month, Sherry Hansen of Sierra Nevada Corp. Hi, Sherry. Rudy Martinez, I think from GE Appliances, and Amberly Peterson of Roche Diagnostics. So hi, Rudy, and hi, Amberly. Thank you. What we love about this is that people are looking to the leaderboards and reaching out on the platform directly to active members. Additionally, we're seeing a direct relation to skills and interest searches within the member listings. This means that our members are actually searching for someone wanting to teach or wanting to learn about specific areas within talent acquisition, like branding, sourcing, executive search, and more. And yes, of course, points are earned for all levels of engagement, whether it's watching library videos, taking part in surveys, chatting with colleagues, joining a live podcast. Lots. So one last thing that we'll actually share is the new Work Out Loud initiative that you've heard me mention earlier. Now, On a regular basis, I post a quick community update that introduces everyone to the latest few people that have joined our online platform and ask a question. I ask the question about what everyone is working on. It's a fun way for people to get to know one another and to see how on point their animated GIF game is. You can find those posts and all those animated GIFs and introductions within the Open Career Crossroads Recruiting Community group online. Now, from a meeting and session standpoint, our meetings continue to thrive online, although we are all looking forward to, of course, seeing each other in person again soon, someday. We are finishing the year at, believe it or not, nearly 100 virtual meetings with topics that covered every aspect of recruiting, the most popular being candidate experience, campus recruiting, and analytics, just to name the top few. Those meetings included open forums, structured exercises, fireside chats, featured panels, and guest speakers from around the world. As a side note, this was our fourth season of the CXR podcast show. And I am both pleased and astounded to report that season 4 wraps up this week with 126 episodes. If you've not already subscribed, you can pretty much do it anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcasts. That's Spotify, Android, iHeart, Amazon, Google, whatever, you name it, we're out there. But there you'll hear a mix of leadership interviews, industry introductions, uncorked happy hour sessions. That's sort of like a drinky recruiting show. We have new members only recaps from the meetings and a lot more. So I encourage you to check that out if you haven't already. From a research standpoint, we're continuing to release older reports that were previously members only. We're releasing those to the public. Our team is doing this with research benchmarks that are roughly 3 years old. And you'll see more of those in 2022, of course, on various social channels and in the website. If you were not already aware, in Q3, we launched a new interactive survey and reporting solution that allows for our members to actually drill down and slice data found within the reports. Now, that's something that's a bit different than the more static results we were sharing in years prior. A new feature, however, that's being added to newly published reports will be an export and print capability for each chart or table. So taking filtered results back to your teams or to your leaders from our benchmarks are going to be a piece of cake. Be sure that you keep some attention on that research portion of the community for newly published reports and new open surveys. Now that all include leaderboard points for participating, I think as of this morning, we have just 3 that are still open. One is regarding transportation and meal reimbursement for candidates. That's at 10 points. I think we've got one for state of relocation policy and guidelines. That's also at 10. And then we have a larger tech survey that's, believe it or not, 100 points to fill that out. All of them actually take about an average of 5 minutes to complete, so they don't take long. From a vendor directory standpoint, this effort has been an exciting initiative and continues actually to see major updates and new expansions. Our member-driven database of solution providers now sits again, it's back up to nearly 500 validated products and vendors that are in place and partnered with or by for our membership body. The CXR partnership that we have formed with Madeline Loreno of Aptitude Research continues to be successful. Madeline delivers an in-depth third-party and objective overview of solution providers who are interested in investing in enhanced profiles. The overview includes a snapshot of the company, its roadmap, security settings, diversity makeup, downloadable research, and more. At about $2,500 per company, it's continuing to see more vendors sign on, and I am pleased to report that it is proving quite useful to our members, as well as non-members who actually frequent the directory. The directory's gone through a major overhaul this quarter. It is now much easier to search and surf those listings. Enhanced profiles have a much cleaner and more easy to consume page for each product. And in a lot of cases, we've done members-only interviews or showcases with vendors. And in those instances, they now have those videos and media included on the profiles and made visible only to members who are logged in. It's a nice enhancement, and I think kind of a fun way to have all the solutions information in one page. There are more updates to come as we are about 80% to the completion of the new ratings and reviews portion of that service. I'm looking forward to talking more on the next quarterly update. Fingers crossed, we actually hope to have that up and running in early Q1 of next year, which is obviously right around the corner. Last quarter, we launched and announced a self-service account management feature within the community that had point persons at each company managing access with their organizations. Our entire team is happy to share, and I am certain the members are happy to hear. There is no longer a need for that level of management on the accounts. When an active member registers within the community using their work email address, they'll be automatically added to the appropriate membership group and included in a few default online community groups. Automated emails will then go out over the course of a few days, introducing each member to additional groups that may be of interest and features within the site that could prove helpful for professional development and professional networking. As most have heard by now, we launched the return and upgrade of our recruiting jobs feature within Career Crossroads. Our new page, found at cxr.works/jobs, houses all recruiting roles pulled directly from the ATSs of what is currently at 133 employers who are CXR members or who have enrolled in the new job feature. CXR member companies have their recruiting jobs now included as part of their membership, while non-member companies, of course, have the ability to purchase an annual posting service for what is an absurdly low price. This effort is not considered any type of serious revenue stream for CXR and only charges enough to carry the cost of managing the service and to make sure that the jobs listed and highlighted are legitimate, meaning we have no interest in scraping Indeed or ZipRecruiter or any other third-party system to simply throw jobs at the internet that have the keyword recruiter in them. We take pride in the quality of the roles that are found there, and we offer that to the industry that we are passionate about without any hesitation. So be sure to check that out if you have not already, or to share that with your networks. The platform is actually updated twice a day and allows for search and filtering on things like roles, locations, industries, and skills. Source of hire tracking is now set up and working well for any companies interested. They need only ask us to turn it on for them. And just like the listings, there isn't any real tech work or setup required for them. As of this moment, I think we have 1,151 recruiting jobs posted there, with a growing percentage of them flagged as remote only every day. As you know, we launched a mobile app. I'm happy to share that not only did we launch that app this quarter, but that we've already released 2 updates based on feedback and member requests. Full list of features are member profile within the app, member profiles, social groups, forum discussions, notifications, private group messaging, community activity feeds, a whole lot more. We've also had requests for the app to deliver a Slack-like capability for small groups of leaders or for specific recruiting capabilities like executive recruiting, and we have added that to the roadmap. So to wrap up, I'll just share a couple of things that we have ahead. Sort of in the land of Tomorrowland at Career Crossroads, we continue to work on some basic coursework that will empower existing members to take full advantage of their membership and the power of the CXR Community Network. Already mapped for inclusion and delivery is how to connect with colleagues, learning to find what they need from hundreds of videos that are online in that library that I mentioned, skills matching within the community to become or find a coach and mentor, making the most of the networking settings, and more. From a meetings standpoint, hot topic right now, a lot of our members are asking about meetings for next year. Will they be meeting in person? Will we be, where will we be meeting? What will the topics be? All great questions. And while we did share, I think, a tentative outline of topics and a timeline in this month's Bellwether newsletter, there are still some aspects of that which are up in the air due to the pandemic, of course. Interestingly enough, we polled our membership about the number of meetings conducted this year. Roughly 100 virtual meetings was no joke to pull together. The responses from about the VP and above level average that there were just too many meetings for them and they felt like they were missing too much, while the response from directors and below was that the amount of meetings was just right. So our team will definitely keep the members updated as decisions are made and locations are secured, but I am excited about a few that are tentative already on both coasts in the US and one trip potentially abroad. On that same front, our team's working hard on an improved registration and attendance process that we think will make registering and securing calendar blocks much easier for broader teams, as well as deliver an innovative experience for both in-person and online events next year. So stay tuned for more information on that in the coming weeks. A few service enhancements and updates that are worth sharing and that are coming in 2022. We have already begun the search and acquisition of monthly guest speakers for next year. We brought 2 very unconventional guests in this year. It was very well received. So we've heard our leaders loud and clear, and they can expect this as part of the membership going forward in 2022. From a CXR home front standpoint, our team is growing. And we're changing some work alignments and responsibilities. For those that may not know, Career Crossroads team actually consists of about 11 people. In no particular order, we have 2 partners. We have a marketing VP, we have an accountant, a web developer, a social media manager, a legal consultant, a payroll manager, an accounts manager, a creative consultant, and a podcast engineer, and a partridge, and a pear tree. On the front end of the business, you are, of course, familiar with Jerry Crispin and me. We are obviously the partners, and you are very likely familiar with Barb Reese and Kim Collins, our former VP of Marketing and Account Manager, respectively. Effective this month, Barb takes on a role shift to VP of Operations. Kim has been moved into a Managing Director of Accounts and Projects role. We're excited about these shifts and the new opening for a Marketing and Communications Associate that these moves have enabled and for which we are now actively recruiting. Look, it's going to be a fun 2022, and I can't wait to share even more of what we have planned for the industry and our members as we move forward. But our team was talking earlier this week and thinking about our favorite moments of 2021. And no doubt you'll get a chance to probably see those in a community or one of our social channels. I'm sure we're going to share them in the coming weeks. But as I close out the message, I wanted to share with you the moment that I felt not only embodied who we are and what we do for our members, but also that what makes Career Crossroads, what makes working at Career Crossroads so much fun. A former member had reached out for help with regards to org design at their new employer. And within a week, we had nearly a dozen heads of talent from around the world volunteer to jump on an open call to unfiltered, share, collaborate, and compare their experiences. The result was enough to help that alumni member build a completely new org structure and begin the work this week towards implementing it. These types of connections and activities, I think, show time and time again how much our members care about each other and their peer success, no matter who they work for, no matter where they work. There isn't any other community like Career Crossroads or that embodies that Coretta Scott King quote that I started with. What Jerry has founded and what we have evolved into over the last 25 years is something that I know thousands of our members are as proud of as I am. With that, our entire team thanks the industry for another fantastic year at Career Crossroads, and we wish everyone a safe holiday full of friendship and love. And we'll see you next year.